On today's University Report, we take a look at seniors ready to graduate and the way people look at social media. But first, we see how students are advancing smartphones. Good morning, I'm Brittany Hummel.
And I'm Jia Guo. Have you ever wanted to design your own mobile app? Students competing in the U of M Mobile App Challenge are attempting to do just that. Chelsea Wallace tells you how.
So one of the features we have is our stop viewer, which allows you to see all the stops around you.
Participants can win up to $10,000 in prizes if they create the best app.
Students are pitching ideas for mobile apps that may one day end up on your phone.
Sophomore Ben Damari and his team's Metro Transit app derived from previous experiences.
It was mostly born out of frustration with the bus. Having our phone there and not being able to see where the bus is didn't make sense to us. So
the app finds routes, tracks buses, and lets you know how much longer they will be. The team hopes to one day pitch their idea to Metro Transit.
Whether or not we win, we'd still like to continue making it easier to ride the bus.
But while Damari circles around bus stops, one of his competitors centers on one stop.
So then you can add all your courses, so you can just hit new course and you can enter the information for it.
Kevin Scree and his team are making a student services app similar to One Stop.
No, I made a couple apps last summer, and I was talking to some friends, and they said, you know, I'd really like a student organizer, something to keep track of my classes and stuff. So that was, yeah, I guess, kind of a collaborative idea.
But a lot of his team members lack technical knowledge.
Yeah, I've learned a lot. You know, I've only been doing web development for 6 months, and a couple of, most of the guys on the team have only been doing Android for a couple months. So I think we've come together and come a long way.
Damari and Scree's teams are just 2 of the 4 finalists. But can one of them win?
I don't know. Couldn't say.
Chelsea Wallace, University Report.
Contestants will present their apps tonight at the final judging event.
Cybersecurity threats are expected to increase this year. As a result, the university's Master of Science Security Technologies program is challenging that prediction. The program aims to satisfy a growing demand for cybersecurity positions and allow students to gain a deeper understanding for security subjects. A unique University of Minnesota center has opened in China. The American Cultural Center for Sport is opening to show how the values of sport and culture are integrated into America. Events, training, and guest lectures are a big part of what the center will do. The center is funded by a $100,000 grant from the U.S. Department of State.
Students and staff are fighting for government funding. A rally at the Capitol next Friday aims at making higher education available for all. Governor Mark Dayton and University of Minnesota President Eric Kaler will be at the rally. If you would like to register for the rally, visit www.supportthu.umn.edu. When we come back, we'll take a look at how the weather may be affecting your allergies.
And a film that seems to be bringing more harm to society than money to the box office. Stay tuned.
Because it was there. Because determination overcame distance.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the earth.
Because the unsolvable was invitation enough. Why are we driven to discover? Because we can change the course of history. Because tomorrow's visionaries need focus today. At the University of Minnesota, with each student comes an opportunity to set their sights higher and to show them the way, so our graduates can shape the future and fulfill the dreams they haven't yet dreamt. Because renewable energy can sustain us all. Our students envision the sun powering homes on every block, wind-blown ideas launching entirely new economies, and fertile soils fueling cars and people alike, protecting the harmony between humanity and nature. Because self-expression can move 1,000 souls. Be it a song or a dance, a canvas or a poem, the arts are vital to the U of M experience, as are self-discovery and moments of sheer amazement. Because cancer can be conquered by targeting medicines, customizing treatments, and transplanting stem cells Incurable cancers can become survivable. Terminal can be redefined as treatable. And optimism can spread once again. Because human rights need champions. From classrooms in Minnesota to courtrooms in Uganda, assembling a collective voice for change allows dignity to return and extends human rights across the globe. Because clean water ensures quality of life. It's essential to the health of all nations, so we're studying models and molecules. We are committed to making clean water flow freely, from the headwaters of the Mississippi to the slums of Mumbai. We share the belief that anything is possible, because at the University of Minnesota, discoveries unfold, breakthroughs happen, and history is forever changed.
GradFest has been the official one-stop source for graduating U of M students since 1994. Earlier this week, 2012, graduates arrived at Kaufman Union to pick up great deals on cap and gowns, card announcements, and much more. Students took care of their financial aid exit interviews and even had the chance to prepare for life after graduation. With commencement taking place in less than 7 weeks, see your college advisor if you have any questions.
Meanwhile, graduate students at the U are voicing their opinion on a controversial topic. This week, grad students are voting on whether or not to unionize. They have been given the option to be represented by the Graduate Student Workers United Union. Although it's taken many semesters to get to this vote, it seems the majority of students are excited.
Unionize because I'm a worker who feels that her voice is not fully being heard by a large bureaucracy.
If the vote passes, about 4,500 graduate students will be affected. Students have been voting all week around campus, and if you are interested in voting today, you can stop by Blagan until 7 p.m. tonight. You're about to graduate this semester, right?
Yes, I will.
Will you be attending grad school?
Yup, I will go to NYU.
Okay, so you're not affected by the grad union vote?
I don't think so.
Okay, all right.
Good. An earlier spring means an earlier start to allergy seasons. The unusual weather is causing more and more students to develop allergies. Doctors recommend many ways to help cope, such as washing your hair before bed. Temperatures are expected to remain in the mid to higher 60s for the next week. Coming up next, Ben Corey brings you the Daily Dish on sports. Stay tuned.
Energy. How do we generate more and waste less? At the University of Minnesota, we are powering a revolution, developing a more secure, smart grid that can recharge the economy while respecting the environment. Because supplying energy can be less costly. Because our power grid can power the future.
Social media has given a new look to businesses. John Tipton takes you inside Chili Billy's to see how the small business is using the internet to attract students around the U of M campus.
Frozen yogurt and social media. Can one benefit the other?
It's about getting people to interact with Chili Billy's as a brand and not just as a business.
The popular Chili Billy's is getting social, and it's all thanks to marketing student and Chili Billy's employee Felicia Johnson.
I think it's really important that you keep in contact with your customers, and it is good that the store does change frequently and it works for us.
Chili Billy's is active on more than 7 social networking sites, with Pinterest being the newest addition. And with social networking being a slow trend to small businesses in the Dinkytown area, Chili Billy's is ahead of the game.
Everybody has a phone. Everybody uses their phone to look up deals, what's our flavors of the day type of stuff. Whether it's a contest or a flavor change, it's a great way, and it's really helped our business.
It's a really awesome brand, especially for Pinterest, because we have pictures of frozen yogurt.
But do customers really buy into the brand?
Yeah, I follow them on Facebook. It's nice to see that even the small places can get real publicity online. And if you can get your fan base out there, then that's what's going to bring them to you in real life.
A fan base, which is exactly what Billy wants.
People have to experience it by coming into the place and checking out the vibe itself and trying the product and seeing the service and people and stuff, versus just relying on what people say in their phones and tweet.
John Tipton, University Report.
Chili Billy's 1-year anniversary is arriving in April. Follow them on their social networking sites and you could win big prizes. Hollywood tells a story about a high school party gone wrong. Charity Bess reports.
Tonight's about the girls we never had a shot at. Tonight's about changing the game.
It's the latest addition on the long list of teenage rebellious movies. Project X tells the story of high school seniors who throw a massive house party to make a name for themselves.
Hello?
Thomas?
Dad, hey.
Well, we just wanted to call one last time. Make sure you were set for the night.
But why do teenagers believe in recreating scenes from a movie?
Well, first of all, you have to remember that it's a movie, that it's not real, it's not gonna happen.
Teenagers in Michigan, Florida, and Texas have shown exactly what happens when imitation becomes life. Arrests were made outside of Miami at a Project X party, and one party in Houston resulted in a death. This isn't the first time movies portraying defiant teenage behavior have made it to the big screen. The 1995 movie Kids, starring Rosario Dawson, shows exactly how rambunctious teenagers spend their summer. The movie Havoc, starring Anne Hathaway, tells the story of privileged teenagers who spend their extra time partying and causing trouble.
We are totally bored.
Juan Ramirez, a student at the University of Minnesota, believes this type of behavior is unrealistic.
Which is kind of unreal. Like, you're never going to do a party this big.
As of now, producers are in the process of creating a Project X sequel. Charity Bess, University Report.
Have you seen Project X?
No, I didn't, but I heard it's a controversial one.
Yeah, it sounds pretty crazy.
Quite a bit happened with golfer athletics last weekend, with much more on the way.
Ben Corey is here with all the details.
Thanks, guys. The Gopher women's hockey team is showing off their third NCAA championship trophy this week. They defeated Wisconsin 4-2 at Ames Oil Arena last Sunday for the win. Senior Emily West buried the first penalty shot ever scored in an NCAA championship game. Goalie Noura Roddy was named the most outstanding player of the 2012 Frozen Four. The team also had 4 players named to the all-tournament team. This weekend, the Gopher men's hockey team will begin their journey to the Frozen Four. Gopher men's hockey is headed to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2009. They are the number 2 seed in the West region, and they'll play number 3 seed Boston University on Saturday evening. Each team has won 5 NCAA championships in the past. The winner will play Sunday for a chance at a spot in the Frozen Four. Minnesota Wrestling is touting some new bragging rights. Sophomore Tony Nelson took home the heavyweight title at last week's NCAA championships. He took down defending champion Zach Ray of Lehigh for the win. The Gophers scored 2nd overall in the tournament and also had 7 All-Americans, the most of any school. Gopher baseball is in full swing. They'll play 3 games against the Citadel this weekend at the Metrodome. Later on in the week, they'll play home games against South Dakota State and Michigan. That's all for sports. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Ben, and thank you for watching this week's University Report. I'm Brittany Hummel.
And I'm Jia. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.